Yo, what's up, sports bettors? I got a little parlay for today, 2 picks in my parlay, and I've said this in other videos, but the purpose of these videos is I like them to be educational. I obviously want to give out profitable picks, profitable bets that you guys can tail, but also I want to kind of explain the math behind sports betting. A common misconception, a thing you hear all the time is, oh, you can't make money betting on parlays, and that's absolutely false. So I track all of my bets on a verified bet tracker. It's called Pickit. I'll include a link below if you want to follow all of my plays on Pickit. But basically the way it works is you sync your sportsbook accounts with Pickit, and they automatically track your profit and loss by straight bets, parlays, round robins, by sportsbook. They do all sorts of analysis for you. And obviously as a sports bettor, you always want to know, you got to track your bets. You got to know if you're making or losing money. But anyways, the point is you can absolutely make money betting on parlays. You just have to understand the strategy. So let's go ahead. Let's go through the first pick in my parlay, which is an MLB play. So this play is really good. I'm on Logan Gilbert over 17.5 outs. So you can see right here, the average price on Gilbert over 17.5 outs is minus 169 odds. Fliff is offering this play at minus 130. So as a sharp bettor, we're always looking for value in the market. You're kind of like a savvy investor, a day trader. You're hunting through the market, looking for those rare few investments that are actually profitable, that actually have an edge, that are actually undervalued. And it's no different as a sports bettor. The only difference, right, is because all these books, they all set lines, independently. You essentially have a bunch of different data points telling you where a line should be set. So for Logan Gilbert, this is what blows my mind about sports betting. It's also the reason you can make a lot of money sports betting. And what got me so excited about sports betting is for the exact same bet, right? This bet is always graded in the same way. If Gilbert has over 17.5 outs, you're going to win. If he doesn't, you're going to lose. But books have vastly different prices on the exact same bet. So you're going to see Pinnacle, which is right here. Pinnacle is known to be the sharpest, the smartest sportsbook in the world. They're pricing the over 17.5 outs at minus 202 odds. BetUS, minus 165. Hot Streak, minus 226. So you look at all these books, they all have the over really heavily favored, and Fliff is just sitting at minus 130. So they're offering a lot of value, right? And that's exactly what you're looking for as a sports bettor. Don't overcomplicate it. You have tons of data points telling you where a line should be set. So as a sharp bettor, you're just hunting through the market, looking for an edge, looking for mispriced lines, right? So this play at minus 130, very clear discrepancy. I mean, the sharpest bookmaker in the world, Pinnacle, they're 72 cents worse. They have this at minus 202. So essentially what you can do is you can back out what is the true price for this bet, right? So the most important calculator in sports betting, it's this one right here. I'll include my email in the description as well. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. But it's called a no-vig odds calculator. So basically, if you think about a sports book, right, like Pinnacle right here, the way they make money is they bake a spread into their market. So you can see Pinnacle has a 49-cent spread. They're giving you the over at minus 202, but the unders only plus 153, right? So the way that books make money, it's not like you go to DraftKings or something like that and they say, oh, you owe us a $5 fee for placing a bet. That's not how they make money. They make money by charging a spread. You think about a stockbroker, they make money by charging a spread, or a car dealer, right? A car dealer, you go in, they'll buy your car for $10,000, they'll try to sell it for $14,000. So you think about a stockbroker, they may be like, oh, I'll buy this stock for $10, I'll sell it for $11. They charge a $1 spread. So basically, based off their market, they're buying for 10, they're selling for 11, that they believe the price is probably worth $10.50, the midpoint. Right? If you remove the spread, that's what gets you the fair value. So it's the same thing in sports betting. What you want to do is this calculator, it's also, a no-vig calculator, a fair odds calculator. There's a bunch of different terms for it. But essentially what it does is it just removes the vig from a sportsbook's market and tells you the true odds on the over and the under with the vig removed, with the spread removed. So if I put in Pinnacle's lines, minus 202, plus 153, The true line on the over with the VIG removed is roughly minus 169, right? So this no VIG odds column on OddsJam, it encompasses all sports books, not just Pinnacle, right? Pinnacle is known to be the smartest, the sharpest bookmaker out there. But this no VIG column, I mean, you have hundreds of different sports books posting odds, right? So OddsJam considers all data points in the market when calculating the no VIG odds. But if we just look at Pinnacle, right, we just look at one sports book at a time, you're going to see, according to Pinnacle, right, you remove the VIG, this is a market with no VIG. They're saying, oh, the over should be priced at minus 169.23. The under should be priced at plus 169.23. Right? So this is the way a sportsbook works, right? Sportsbooks are pretty simple. They have models. So Pinnacle Sportsbook, for example, they have a model that's saying, hey, we think the true odds on the over is minus 169, the under plus 169. That's a market with no VIG. That's like a stockbroker being like, hey, I'll buy the stock for $10.50. I'll sell it for $10.50. There's no spread baked into the market, right? But then what the sportsbook does is they layer on their VIG. They bake in the VIG. Right? Because that's how they make money. They charge a spread. They're like a stockbroker. So what you want to do, so a sports book, the way a sports book works, right, is they have models that spit out the no VIG odds, and then they bake in their VIG. So as a sports bettor, when you're trying to determine what is the true price, what is the true odds on this bet, you take a sportsbook's market and you remove the VIG. So you're going the opposite direction. Sportsbooks have models that spit out the fair odds, then they add in their VIG. So as a sharp bettor, we take the market with VIG and we remove the VIG to get the fair odds. So you're going to see, okay, according to Pinnacle, which is known to be the sharpest bookmaker, they're saying the over should be priced at minus 169.23. That's the fair value. And we're able to get this for 130, right? Minus 130. So you're always getting better odds than the no VIG line. That's how you make money sports betting, right? All these books are considered as a data point on what should the no VIG odds be. What should the no VIG just means true or fair. So all these books are just data points on what should the true odds be, the fair odds be, right? And then you're just looking for discrepancies. You're looking for where you're getting value or an edge. You're getting better odds than the no VIG odds. So here, according to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker out there, they're saying, yo, the true price is minus 169. We're getting minus 130, a lot better. So this is a profitable bet on Fliff, according to the betting market on Pinnacle, right? So sportsbooks, they like tell you what the odds should be. You just got to remove the VIG. So this is a super profitable bet, and you don't only have to look at Pinnacle. Like if you look at Caesars, they have their market minus 178, plus 120. So the line without VIG would be minus 140.86. Once again, we're getting minus 130 on Fliff, so we're getting better odds than the no VIG odds, and this would be a great play to go with, right? So what we can do is we can take Pinnacle's market, and this will also tell us what the win probability for our bet is. So obviously the over is the favored outcome. They have the over at minus 202, so the over is the favored outcome, and according to Pinnacle's market, right, the fair win percentage for this bet is 62.86%. Right? This is the math behind parlays, right? What you want to do is we're betting this parlay at what were the odds on our parlay. So I can actually pull up a parlay odds calculator and I'll just show you the next pick here. If you don't care about the math, you know, whatever, you can skip it. But if you have a parlay where your legs are minus 130, which is the odds on our first leg, and then minus 120, you're going to see the odds on your parlay is plus 224.36. So plus 224.36 is the odds on our parlay. And you're going to see on Fliff, if I go over to Fliff, I hit this for 250 bucks. So I say this in every video, but you know, I want these videos to be educational, but also I'm just, you know, showing you guys where I'm finding value, the bets I'm personally putting my own money on, where I'm finding value, where I'm finding an edge. So I'm betting on Fliff, 250 bucks at plus 224.36 odds. So I'm betting 250 to win 810.89 in a total payout. So great. We now have the win probability, right? We know the over is favored. So what this no VIG odds calculator does is it strips out the VIG, tells you the true odds and the true win percentage for your bet, right? Like you have to remember the same way a fraction is also a percentage. It's the same thing for odds, right? So we can actually go over. There's an odds converter calculator, which I can pull up right here. But like, you have to remember, every odd has an associated probability and an associated fraction, right? So minus 200 means a 2-to-1 betting favorite, 66.67% to win. Minus 300 fair odds means 75% to win, right? A 3-to-1 betting favorite, 3/4 to win the game, 75% win rate. That's what minus 300 odds. 3/4 to win, 3-to-1 betting favorite, 75% to win. Minus 400 is a 4-to-1 favorite, 80% to win, 4/5 to win. So every odd has an associated win probability. So the second play I ended up going with is Lucas over 5.5 strikeouts. Once again, really clear value, right? If you pull up a line movement chart, so you can pull up a line movement chart just by clicking on an odd, you're going to see, whoa, all the sports books, have ripped odds in favor of the over, right? Like DraftKings has moved his over from minus 105 to minus 150. So clearly all the action's coming in on the over, and we're getting minus 120 on flip, which is really clear value. I mean, most other books, like there's basically no other sports books really giving you better than minus 120 odds on this play. So clear value. Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker, has this minus 152. Right? So this bet is going to be less likely to hit. Pinnacle had the other one at minus 202. So we're betting on two favorites in our parlay, but this one is obviously more likely to win, according to Pinnacle, because they have this at minus 202, whereas this one, they only have at minus 152. So if we put in Pinnacle's odds right here, they have the over at minus 152. They have the under at plus 115, so you remove the vig. The true odds is minus 129.68. We're getting this at minus 120. So, there's a lot of math in this video, but at the end of the day, if you just want the profitable bets, they're the ones in green and in bold. Those are the plays with value, right? And I mean, it should be pretty clear, right? Look at the odds here, right? Every sports book has this like minus 145, minus 150, minus 155 on his over 5.5 strikeouts, and we're getting minus 120 on flip. Pretty clear value. So what we can do is we can remove the vig once again, and we get 56.46%. So what we want to do next is, I apologize, I want to make sure I increase the text size. So now, there we go. So now we have the win probability for Lucas over 5.5 strikeouts, as well as Logan Gilbert over 17.5 outs. So if we want to calculate the win probability for our parlay, all a parlay is it requires both bets to win. So all you have to do to figure out the win probability for your parlay is multiply these win probabilities together. So we're getting real-time win probabilities, the true win probabilities from Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there. You multiply them together, and this is the win probability for your parlay, according to Pinnacle, sharpest bookmaker. So again, this is the win probability for our parlay. 35% of the time, we're going to be cashing this, right? So then what you can do is you can back out the profit margin of your bet, right? So we're betting 250 at plus 224.36 odds. So we're betting 250 to win 561 in profit, 861 or 810 or 811 roughly in total payout. So total payout, that includes your stake. So if you want to figure out your profit, you got to take your total payout and subtract your stake, which is 250. So we're betting 250 to win 561 roughly in profit. So then you can back out your profit margin, right? 65% of the time I'm going to be losing my parlay. 65% of the time I'm going to be losing 250 bucks. The other 35% of the time I'm going to be winning 561 bucks. So your profit margin is 15%, $38 in profit margin on this parlay. That's how the math behind parlays works. Again, my email's in the description if you have any questions, stuff like that. I know there's a lot of math in this video, but regardless, hopefully this was helpful. Let's make some money, guys.